Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm showing you this beautiful model home by Dre's here in Katy, Texas. We're actually in one of the hidden subdivisions here in Katy, a newer development by Johnson Development. It's called Graange. So we're gonna see this beautiful model home by Dre's and talk a little bit more about Graange here in Katy, Texas. This particular model home is called Reineard. Reineard is about 35, 32 square feet, this particular model. Their particular price range goes from mid 500 to 700K. So it really depends on what you like and what you need for as your family. But this particular model is the elevation B. So you can see it's a combination of brick with hardy plank, different combinations of colors, white with the brown, dark brown. I like it. It brings out the tones of the brick. But enough with the outside. Let's get into the inside. Let's look at the details of this beautiful model home. Now, as you walk up, you can see you have a beautiful door entryway, glass combination. So it depends on what you like. Some people don't care for people to see inside their home, but you can always frost the doors if you choose to do that. Now, as we walk in, right off the entryway, you can see a nice color combination that they have. Most of the model homes you're going to see with a lot of bright colors. This one is no different. You're going to see some brown. You're going to see some actually green. You're gonna see a little bit of gold, which I think is a cool combination to use. Right off the entryway, you can see that you have your office right here. But before you get to the office, you have your powder room. So if you have guests and they come inside the house, it's easy for them to just come in, powder room right there. Now in the office, which I like, nothing crazy with the office. Just like most homes, you'll see that you have the accent wall. They did more of a green with the green paneling. I like how they put the shelves in, which to me, this seems more like an everyday family would use. You have your own furniture, your own shelving, simple desk, something easy just to navigate through, but nothing really crazy. But nice office right off the front. You see the brass tone, especially when you're talking about light fixtures. I think that's pretty cool. So not bad. And then you got, of course, you got your doors, closing the office, big wide doors, which I like. I hate offices with a little bit narrow ways. For some reason, it just doesn't make the office feel tighter, especially if you're a person that work from home, like myself. Now, right off to the left, we have our first bedroom. Now, this is going to be an ensuite. Really depends on how you want to use it. One thing about this one, you have a bathroom where you have a shower, your toilet. So if someone needs to have a little bit more privacy, what you're seeing with a lot of builders, you're seeing that they try to make it flexible for families. So if you have parents living with you or older kids, you get that. So this is a nice size, standard size bedroom. Closet, not as big for us walk-in, but decent size. Okay, so as we work our way around, you're gonna notice as you walk through, we're gonna see to our actual left here, we have the mudroom. So right off the front of the house, you're going to have your garage. This garage is a two car garage. With the 2-car garage, you do have a little bit of storage space. So 2-car tandem with a storage space. So you can easily see as you come in, you got kids, you're moving around, they can store their stuff right here, right off the mudroom. Now, as you come in, even if off the mudroom, you do have right to my right, you're going to see the laundry room as well. This laundry room is connected to the primary, which is great, especially if you're doing laundry and you're hustling and bustling. You can have all your stuff right off your closet, which you'll see when we go through the primary. So before we do that, we're going to work our way through to the kitchen. So this is what I like about this house. Like most homes, this is the heart of the home, right? You have your kitchen, you have your living room, you have a dining area. Now with this particular part of the home, you'll see that you see the combination of the white, you have the dark black, or you have the brass cabinetry. And this is Kentmore cabinetry, and it's got a little bit of soft close. So if you got kids like myself who like to just slam the cabinets, you don't have to worry about that. It's soft close, which is pretty cool. Also, you have a 5-burner, which is starting to be typical, especially in this price range. Gas by Whirlpool. So this is a gas 5-burner stovetop. Now, as you work your way over, you will see you have double oven as well as a microwave. Now, some builders, they don't have the double oven. That's an upgrade. This right here is pretty much standard with Dre's. You would definitely want to make sure, depending on what type of model you get, if that's something you need, you're a person that like to bake, like to cook, you want the double oven, it's something that you definitely want to look forward to. Also, you come into this corner, you definitely see the refrigerator. You have a small section for your coffee. So if you're a person that loves coffee, you definitely have that little coffee bar area. and then you work your way to the pantry. Now with the pantry, you'll see that they took the cabinetry all the way up. I think it's great. A lot of times you won't see that, and that's not standard, but if you was to build out this home, you can have that actually done, because like I said, they're semi-custom. So they can build out the actual pantry for you, because what you see is a lot of wasted space in pantries. Like they're narrow, you see it goes all the way up. Most people don't use it. They don't put the full cabinetry in there, and you just miss out on that space. Now, as you see, with this particular home, you have your dining area, and then you have your living room, and then you have a bar area. Some homes you see some of the traditional dining area where you have just your dining, and then you have a breakfast area. With this one, this particular home, you have your dining, and then you have your living, and then you have your bar area. With this bar area, like most bars, you want to have space. You get that space. I'm comfortable, not a problem. All right. Also, as you see, they have the brass combination with the black, even with the handles, as well as what you see right here with your faucet, which I think is pretty cool. And then, of course, you have the new plug-in. Like I said on my previous videos, now you will not see plugs on the side of the actual island. It is code by code. You have to have the plugs on top of the island. That's something that's, yeah, it's a cool design, but it's actually a new rule when it comes to code for electricians as they're building these different homes. Now, I love this space. It's pretty cool for entertainment. If you want to sit down and have family gathering and you want to just kind of talk amongst people, you have plenty of space for that, which you have the sitting area right here. Then you can come back and say, okay, well, we have entertainment, we're cooking and eating. You have that room as well. And then, of course, you have your dining table. Now, outside, typically, we kind of start on the outside, we'll end on the outside on our videos. I'm not going to go out there just yet, but just once again, you notice everybody using the sliding doors. I think that's becoming standard. So when you get to this price point, you'll start noticing with these patios, you're going to see more sliding doors. A lot of the bigger builders, high-end builders, you're going to see that be part of just your standard access to the outside. Now, if you probably wanted to make a shift and you want the sliding doors, what they would do is they probably have more windows and just have a single door for access to the outside. All right. So now what I want to do is get into looking at the primary. Primary is downstairs, so you have 2 bedrooms. Oh, real quick, before I do that, I want to make sure I do highlight this living room. Now, once again, standard, you're starting to see a lot of people go to more of an electrical fireplace, not so much gas. It's Texas. I'll be honest with you right now, we're sitting in July. You ain't using your fireplace. You probably will use your fireplace maybe a couple of times a year, and that's usually towards the end of December, January, February. Otherwise, you're not using it. So I think from the ambiance standpoint, they nailed it. I like it. I like how the color changed. I think it, like my son would say, it gives you a good, cool little vibe. So you get a little vibe with that. So I like that. Also, they put the shelves in the corner, which to me, it just brings the space alive. I think sometimes you see just a normal wall, there's nothing there. It really does nothing to that actual space. So I think that's a cool little add-in, which is an add-in. Also, we just see here, you see a little bit of stone. They took the stone all the way up. Once again, that's an add-in. That's something that you would have to do on your own, or maybe you can have a builder do it for you. But this is an upgrade. This is not something that is standard. Now, here's what I do like. And when you go into the primary, which is different than a lot of builders, right when you walk into the primary, you go into the bathroom. So that's different. Usually the bathroom is tucked away. It's away from everybody. But this one is right here in the front. So as soon as you walk in your room, some of you might not like that. I get it, but it's different. I think it's pretty cool. You got his and hers for sinks. So you will see a little small sink to the left. That's probably going to be the man's. And then, of course, you have the bigger sink area, counter space, which probably be the woman. And then you got your normal tub. Depends on how you like it. Some people don't care for the tubs like so far in the corner because it's hard to clean back there. It's just kind of your take. But it's a nice size standard tub if you like to soak. Then you have a shower. Shower, pretty decent size. You got the rainfall shower. It's a step down, and I'm 6 foot, so it's pretty good size. So if you're a taller man, you're 6'5" or taller, you're still comfortable. I mean, you got plenty of room, which I think is needed, especially Nowadays, you want to have plenty of space. And then when you kind of work your way through, you have your toilet right here, and they have a little bit of shelving right there. And then this is a cool setup for as your actual primary closet. Like I said, the closet is right off into the laundry room. So you can just kind of roll, and you can see with the way they did the build outs, they have shelving throughout, which is cool because it's telling you what's possible with this model home. You got shelving, you got a little extra space. So if you want to kind of have a sitting area, you want to be able to have a little comfortable when you're getting your clothes, you have that. Then you have a little bit of space up top. So you have the automatic lowers. I know I didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. So you have that available to you. So if you want to hang up some of your winter clothes because you're not using it that much, you can put it above and you still have flexibility of your closet. Because I'll tell you, a lot of times when I sell homes, I notice a lot of times people don't use their whole space. You want to use your whole space. You're paying for every square footage, use it. These are examples with these model homes. They give you examples of exactly how to use it to maximize. Now, different, right? Front, primary, you go from the front and you just go into the room. There's no curve, there's no turn, so it's a different layout. Obviously with this one, accent wall, you got your green, and then you can see they have the beams above. Beams above, 2 beams, not standard, something you probably have to add. But what I do like about this is the home is just natural light, which is great. If you look at this, and I'm gonna kind of flip around, you're gonna see how many windows are available to you to get natural light. So you don't even have to cut on your lights during the day, which helps save on electricity. The other thing about this particular builder, Dre's, they do foam throughout the whole home. So your home will be cool. That's really big when you're talking about savings. You want to make sure, especially in Texas, it's hot. We're getting to be in the 90s. Guess what? You want your home to feel like, hey man, it feels good. I don't have to raise my AC. I don't have to lower my AC to get my home to feel comfortable. Also, it has a humidifier built in. So when you're talking about Houston, Texas, when it's hot, it's gonna be sticky, it's gonna be humid. You don't have to worry about that. They have a built-in humidifier to kind of help keep the home a lot cooler. So now we're gonna work our way upstairs so we can see the rest of the home. Okay, so now we're upstairs, and with upstairs, I like this setup. I think it's a really nice setup. But what we're gonna do is start off through the bedrooms first so we can get an idea of what you're gonna be what the living quarters will be upstairs. So if you go to your left, you'll see you have a normal little storage closet right here. Then see there, just a normal, closet. Do have some shelving, so you can put towels and things like that in there. Now with this particular room, this is going to be your full-size bedroom upstairs. What I mean by that is you're going to have your actual bathroom inside this room. So typically, your older child will get this room. So your older child probably going to be the one picking this room. I like it. It's a nice size room. I like how they did the chair rail for as the trimming, just to break up the walls. Also, you can see how they just took the paneling all the way down, which gives the room character. Once again, a lot of times when I'm showing these homes, I always think like, man, what can you do with your home? Especially when you're thinking about what your lifestyle is, what you like, your own personal taste. These homes give you that. Also, I'm big on this because I sell homes. I'm selling and reselling it, so I know what sells. And so these builders are giving you what sells. And so I want you to keep that in mind when you're looking at our video. Also, over here to your left, you're going to see just a normal full-size bathroom. It has a shower, tub combination, so you have that as well. Now, as we work our way back out, oh, by the way, you do have your closet. Standard size closet, not the biggest walk-in closet, but standard size closet for you. Now, as we walk our way, we're gonna work our way to the other side. And the other side, you're gonna be able to see the 2 bedrooms. And it's Jack and Jill, another standard closet. So you got storage. This house gives you storage. Sometimes I see with new construction, you don't see as much storage. You're getting a good amount of storage in this Dre's home. Now, as we go to our left, this room feels bigger to me. I don't know. I think this room is a little bit bigger. So a nice size room, natural light. Even the closet is a little bit bigger as far as compared to the other bedrooms. So you get a little bit more. And then with this, you're also getting a Jack and Jill. So if you have kids sharing, they get a full bathroom. One child has a sink on this side. The other child will have the sink on the other side. So you definitely got a little bit of flexibility as far as the space wise. But nothing spectacular, but nice size bedroom. Okay, as you work your way, we're gonna go through the Jack and Jill so you can kind of see standard sink. And then as you see, you have your normal tub, shower as well. And then of course, once again, we have another sink for the other child or the person that we're using this actual bathroom or sharing this bathroom. And then you go into this room. But this room is not bad. Like if you see, I'm gonna walk so you can kind of see the space. I want you to kind of get an idea of what the spacing looks like. Same as the other room. Only difference is with this, you do not have the actual bathroom in the room. So it doesn't take up as much space as say the other room that you saw earlier on the other side of the home. Then I want to show you a little bit of this closet because I want you to see this closet is not bad for a size. So when you're talking about space, walking in, have space, right? Which this is on the same side as the other bedroom. So pretty cool. So the kids got a lot of clothes, a lot of toys, you know, they can throw them in there. They can kind of hide. Now, this is the game room area. One thing I would say, a lot of times you see pool tables. I don't know how many of y'all actually have pool tables. That's the question. Do you actually do traditional pool tables? Because when I go to people's houses and sell them, I don't see pool tables. I see a game room that could be a media room, could be a playroom for the kids. I don't really know. But they did the traditional, you know, pool table. They put a cabinetry here just for entertainment space. Obviously, this won't be here typically, but it's custom, so you could add that. Personally, I'll just buy my own furniture, probably cheaper, and you can move it around and do whatever you want to do with it. Also, right off the game room, we're going to work our way into my favorite room. Here's the media room. Now, I'm biased. I'm a type of person, I like to watch movies. I like to watch games. I can sit here and just relax and really just enjoy. And when I tell you this is a big media room for the square footage of this home, you got plenty of space. If you want it, you could probably convert it a little bit where you have multiple layers of chairs and then have maybe a projector. And then you can also have, you know, a nice size screen because this wall is pretty long, as well as you can see they have already speakers already put in. I'm thinking we got 7 total speakers, so it gives you a really good sound. And most of these rooms are going to be insulated for entertainment. So when you're talking about watching movies or really having, you know, a game and it's loud, it wouldn't impact everybody else because it's going to be insulated. Obviously, you have the doors here, you know, to shut it off so you won't get that natural light. But doors are open and it's still pretty, you know, dim, which allows you to maybe watch TV or, you know, if you have a projector, you can watch it with lights on, which is cool. Oh, and I'll give you a tip. You can buy a gray projector screen if you want to watch during the day, and it's cheaper. Don't tell nobody I told you that, but you can do that. So real quick, we're going to finish up. We're going to finish up on the patio, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what Dre's have to offer right now, some incentives and things they got going on. Okay, guys, before we go outside, like always, please like, comment, subscribe. Please share with us what you think about these homes. We want to make sure we're delivering great video, great content that makes sense for you guys. Hey, and we're selling houses. We're not just showing you tours, museum tours. We want to help you move here to Houston area, or if you're in Houston area, help you make a decision when it comes to construction, reselling your home, or buying an existing home. We want to make it make sense. So please like, comment, subscribe, give us feedback. We'll love that. Now, with that being said, we're going to work our way to the patio, show you what you can experience if you decide to have a Dre's home and what they did with this outdoor space. Now, this is a big outdoor space, which gives you a lot of flexibility. As you can see behind me, they actually have a nice little outdoor set. You can sit there if you like to entertain, like to eat. Now, personally, I don't know, depend on you, what you feel comfortable with. You might not eat outside, especially right now. It's July and it's hot. That's why you see me with the towel, because I'm a sweater. So just wanted to show you what they did with the space. But it's, as you can see, it's long. I mean, we're talking about a good 20 feet easy from that actual brick wall to the end. So plenty of space. Also, they threw a fire pit back here. So if you'd like to sit and have a campfire, you can do that. Nice little sitting area. They also did a tile all the way, they paved this whole area. So typically you won't see that. Usually, if they're building out the home, you're going to see them start with a little bit of the brick, and it's going to stop right there. That's where the cement going to be. Now I said brick, but it'll be cement. Now you can brick it if you got leftover brick like most builders have. You can probably brick some of this, or you can ask that, because it's semi-custom, you can get that done. And then they got a little sitting area right here as well. But this is a 55 square foot lot. So you have a nice size home on a 55 square foot lot, and you still have enough space to entertain in the backyard if you need a pool or something like that. One quick thing, I want to make sure I give you the incentives that actually Dre's offering. They have $50K of flex cash. With that $50K, you can use that to buy down the price of the home if it's inventory, buy down your rate. So if you want to have a lower interest rate, you can buy it down. Or if you're building from ground up, you can take that $50K and put towards the design center to make it, make it your own. So they have flex cash. It's something that you can definitely use to your advantage, especially right now. But one thing I want to make sure you understand, this is a nice community. It's new. A lot of people don't know about it, but if you're looking to move to Katy and you want to get a new construction, Graange is one of the best communities out there, or newest community out there that you can be a part of. And it's connected to Cane Island, which you can kind of look at the ratings about Katy ISD, look at Cane Island, look at the communities already here and what they offer. So I'm glad you watched this video. I hope if you have questions or you're looking to move here to Houston market, or just here in Texas or anywhere, I mean, I go all over. I'd love to be able to help you, you and your family find the best home that fits you guys' needs. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Y'all have a blessed day.